Trade recap time, baby. Trade recap. Ah, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Right, so on the high time frame, still very bearish, but on the daily, on ES, it actually swept some shit perfectly, but that's daily candle, so give a fuck. Hourly before open, still bearish. All the signs will point to bearish, and then as we come into market, we get a little bit of movement. First off, we get a sweep of this top side here, and here it's a big divergence, obviously, and this was the trade for the day. It was just a bit weird. The reason we didn't take it is because ES was so far away and it was close to its bottom liquidity. But lesson learned, we should have taken it. Okay, so the breaker structure occurs. We actually don't even trade off the breaker structure for the position we were looking at because the price action was so good. Because the breaker structure only occurs late as fuck on this 7 PM candle. Let's see if there was something after the 7 PM actually. Here. Nothing comes back into this fair value gap to halfway, I know that. Gets bloody close. Fuck, on ES it doesn't either, that's mad. It taps it like 10 times. So, because of ignoring that big ass drop, because we don't know that's there, get the breaker structure, and then I heard some good advice where, because normally we would aim for the closest fair value gap to the sweep, and we would, but if this fair value gap is respected and then price is broken on the 1 minute time frame, it's good to get in, and it won't go to this fair value gap. If price is respected here, but then it doesn't break 1 minute time frame, then it might retrace here. You just have to wait for the break or the retracement further. Easy as that. And here respects it a couple times, and then we don't get the break till this candle. So even if I shorted here, I'd have to have my stop all the way up here, and then I'd be aiming for the close order block, and it's not even that good of a position. Right? Not even that good. Fuck, this shit was so close. Because it taps halfway, but that one's not even correlating to that one, so anyways, let me get back in the grid of this. So yeah, it comes bearish, and then of course it's a bit sideways here because it has its bullish reaction off of sweeping this bottom side. And I wasn't too stressed about price turning bullish here because we were so bearish and ES was so close to its bottom side liquidity. Here, the bottom of this whole range, which obviously we've dumped through now. But yeah, so we get that little bullish reaction off that, so it makes shit a bit slower, and then eventually it does tap the little order block here on the 5 minute. Boom. Just this order block candle taps into that beautifully. Oh, fucking order blocks are the best TPs, it's mad. But then this would have been the perfect short, because we know we're not bullish from this bottom sweep, because we get the bottom sweep, alright, sweep on the bottom here. There's this 5 minute fair value gap here also. Oh, No, there's not. I lied. That's a tiny 5 minute. And I wouldn't have even shorted off that. I would have then waited for a 1 minute. Is there 1 minute after that? Yeah, no, it's already running. Yeah, no, what? Yeah, and we know we are bearish because the price action to this sweep is just out of nowhere, right? So we obviously get a little bullish reaction from sweeping this bottom side, and then sideways, and then out of nowhere, boom, we boom all the way to the sweep. And then we get the bearish reaction. This is a retracement. Then here, the price action is like, it's okay, but this is all just G'ing up to create this fair value gap to potentially get filled, which it doesn't, which is fucking annoying. And then all its fussing it does around here, nah. And we have the bearish bias too, and ES has just swept its full bottom, and it would have been a more prominent move probably, because this bearish move you might be like, oh, that's good price action, but it's off the fair value gap, so not that amazing. And especially once it comes up topside like this, and then fair value gap inversed, fair value gap respect bearish, it's just, yeah, short day. So yeah, the price action is the main thing. And then even if we wanted to go for entries, like this fair value gap here is filled straight away, but then it's like inverse too, like all the way through it, which still it's like, oh yeah, you could be long off that, but ES wasn't even at its bottom yet. Then once it does get to its bottom, its only fair value gap is like here, which gets inversed. And all these like these two fair value gaps, this one's respected, yeah, but by then we already have this respect bearish with the break, and we're probably in that position. And if not, because we want to wait for this breaker structure, then we're waiting till this fair value gap is filled to halfway. Fuck, it's so close, and that would have literally been a picture perfect trade. I guess with ES tapping it halfway, because ES did tap it halfway, like that's what that is. But at these points, price isn't up in there. Then when NAS finally gets up in there, ES is below, like you'd think, because this point is above all this point, these points. Then this point would be above these corresponding points. And it doesn't help because once that does that, then it's pretty much like that. Okay, so you see that, but you see this happen so often because the order block gets tapped perfectly. Then of course you have the little bullish reaction off of that. And then once it starts coming sideways, that kind of shows that, okay, the bullish reaction is done, what's next? And then price moves up to tap this fair value gap, respects it bearish. Fuck. But it doesn't get halfway of the fair value gap. I guess with all the other influencing factors, like there'll be an order block up here that gets tapped so sexily by that. Well, no, it doesn't get tapped. Last bearish candle, last bullish, I mean that's an order block, but it's tapped a number of times. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this shit. Damn, this has actually got me stumped, because I don't want to be missing these positions, and I could be in short here, stop loss above the high, but I would only be shooting for this order block. But if this was tapped to halfway, I'd be short in here, stops above the high, but I would be shooting for even lower order block, which is better risk to reward, or if I'm feeling confident, probably the liquidity. I would not be shooting anywhere down here. This is mad. It's actually good as it around like that. But it... I mean, this trade would be fine actually. This short. I'm positive I can be on these other ones. Like, ES is the diverging pair, and I like taking trades on NAS. But once it taps half and respects here, so let's say I'm short there. Yeah, honestly, that'd hit TP straight away, because after these bottoms, where is there to shoot for? Okay, so for that wouldn't really fuck with it. There's no TPs down here, so I wouldn't catch this full move, but as I get better, I'd let shit run. As I get better, I will. I will be letting stuff run like a contract or two. But normally the running's done in New York, not in London. Like, fuck. It's mad. But anyways, yeah, that's done. All good.